Smoke royalty. What is smoking with y'all, man? We is here. And I wanted to talk to y'all about this Rich Homie Quan situation. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. Rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. Rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. You dig what I'm saying? An Atlanta legend, to say the least. You know what I mean? I do feel like a lot of his style, you know what I mean, rubbed off on some of the artists of today. And you can see how that style kind of transcends regular hip hop. You dig what I'm saying? Even when Rich Homie first came out, it was kind of like, who is this? You know, Rich Homie Quan, that right too. You know what I mean? And that brings up a great spot in my life. You dig what I'm saying? When Rich Homie Quan put out Still Going In and Still Going In Reloaded, and it was fire. You know what I mean? He had a platinum mixtape in the fucking streets. Who does that? You know what I mean? Rich Homie Quan does. You dig what I'm saying? I want to talk about drug culture in the South. So Southern drug culture is very much a thing. Coming from the South myself, I've experienced Southern drug culture. You dig what I'm saying? I remember growing up, maybe 13 and 14, just as early enough as to get out there in the streets and figure shit out. You know what I mean? I've seen people go down the rabbit hole of drugs, of prescription drugs, street drugs, so on and so forth. Whatever people can get to feel good, I've seen them do it. It's very easy to slip into an OD type of state, just off of everyday usage. In the South, we do something that we like, you know what I mean, and we call it speedball. I know y'all probably have your own definitions of speedball, you know what I mean, but in the South, it's kind of it's taking an upper and a downer to kind of balance each other out, to kind of, you know what I mean, be up when you need to be up and be down, you know what I mean, to kind of fight that euphoria of being down type of shit, right? There's nothing to kind of stress your heart out and OD. Syrup is very, very prevalent in Southern drug culture. Xanax is very prevalent in Southern drug culture. Loratab is very prevalent in Southern drug culture. Percocet, y'all already know. Percocet, Molly Percocet, they done made songs about this shit. It's very prevalent in Southern drug culture. You do have people who do the harder drugs and heroin. Well, I'm gonna be real with you. Prescription pills are legal is legal heroin. You know what I mean? It gives you that same euphoric state that heroin gives you, right? So if you do prescription drugs, you're a dope fiend. It is what it is. You do dope. You do heroin. It is what it is. In the South, we like to mix those said downers with uppers. And just as with the downers, some people, you know what I mean, choose the more harder way of going up, and some people fuck with the cocaine. Some people fuck with Molly, which is just MDMA, pure MDMA. Some people fuck with ecstasy, which is MDMA cut with some shit. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. Now, the objective, like I said earlier, is to speedball. Speedballing is very scary. We're just gonna keep it a buck. It is very scary when you're not used to it, when you don't know what it is. You know what I mean? you can definitely panic yourself into an overdose, definitely, or into a panic attack. You dig what I'm saying? And I do feel like that's how most overdoses happen. You know what I mean? It's just by a panic. You know what I mean? People panicking too much and causing them to stress out their heart a little bit more than what they need to, right? And I've had those situations. I've had situations where I've dropped Molly inside of my lean cup and had those scary situations to where my heart is beating real fast, palpitating real fast. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But guess what? As soon as you come down off of it, you're right back to it. You know what I mean? You get right back to it. You feel me? If I don't pass out, you know what I mean? The next day or a couple hours later, I'm right back hitting that cup. You know what I mean? And that's nothing. That is nothing in Southern culture. You dig what I'm saying? Southern drug culture, I should say. It would be nothing to wake up, pop a half a Xambar, go to the store. You know what I mean? Brush your teeth, wash your face, go to the store, and get get 2 cups, get some ice, get a 1 liter of soda. You know what I mean? Pull up, do what you do, and then drop a half a pill of Molly in there, or half a pill of ecstasy in there, or even mix the Zan with the ecstasy and drop it in your cup. That was nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Looking back on it, it's definitely something. You know what I mean? Looking back on it, niggas is wildin'. Now fast forward to today. This was back in 07, 05, from 03 to like 09, maybe 10. You know what I mean? Fast forward after 10, 2011, 2012, you start getting these fake illies. People lacing their illies with fentanyl. I remember hearing, you know what I mean, 3 friends split 1 pill, and this happened in, I think, Gwinnett County. 3 friends split 1 pill, and all 3 of them overdosed. I believe this was like 2014. And that for me was the start of seeing these fake illies kill people. And when I say illies, fake pills, whether it be Percocet, whether it be ecstasy, so on and so forth, they were all starting to be fake. When the fake illies start, I'm still kind of fucking around. You know what I mean? Still kind of fucking around. There was one particular time where I took a Perc 10 and I felt my shit start to slow down. I felt my heart start to slow down. I felt my breathing start to slow down. And this was a feeling that I've never felt before. And I was on the cup too. I was on the cup. It was crazy. Maybe I should not have done that. But I was on the cup and I was on the pill as well. You know what I mean? And I started to feel my shit slow down. And this is something that I wish more of us would do whenever we feel a certain type of way. You know what I mean? First of all, don't take drugs, period. You know what I mean? But if you're going to take drugs, you have to be aware of what you got going on with your body. You dig what I'm saying? And if you don't feel good, you need to let somebody know, A, I don't feel good. B, I've been taking this, and this. C, please get me to the hospital or wherever it is that I need to go. It's that simple. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. Don't be embarrassed. Because guess what? You did this. and if you don't want to leave this earth, you'll do it the correct way. You did what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there that are using these drugs that are not educated about these drugs. You dig what I'm saying? You should not be using drugs to begin with, you know what I mean? Clear mind, clear body, you know what I mean? Clear spirit and all of that, right? But I understand because I done been there. In the case of Rich Homie Quan, you know what I mean? Popping a Percocet, sitting back on the couch, is not out of the norm. It's not out of the norm. Buying some Percocets $8 a pill off of the street is not out of the norm in the South. I see a lot of y'all saying, why not just get a prescription, this, that, and the third. I understand that, and I respect that, you know what I mean? But I'm just here to tell you that in the South, it is not out of the norm to go and get prescription pills off of the street. That's an everyday thing. It probably is an everyday thing in other places as well. You know what I mean? But specifically the South, this is about the South right here. Specifically the South is not out of the norm. In fact, it's more normal than most things. You dig what I'm saying? And that's a problem. That is a problem. You know what I mean? Growing up in the South, like I said earlier, you see with your own two eyes the effect that drug culture has on the community. You know what I mean? You can have a good mom, a good dad. You can come from a great place. You dig what I'm saying? But just being around in the community, you'll see what adverse effects that these drugs have on people. And they say this, right? You don't know it's a war if you living in it, right? And the same could be true about these drugs. You know what I mean? About living in these areas where these drugs are very prevalent. You don't know you're a drug addict if you're living in it. You don't. If you grew up that way, if you grew up seeing it, you know what I mean? If you started doing it, you did what I'm saying? If you become it, you don't know that it's a problem. You don't know that it's an issue. You don't know that you're an addict. And that is the problem. We grow up in these societies and we're not educated on the premise behind it. Rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. I do feel we gotta do better as Southern people to educate ourselves. You know what I mean? Because we lose a lot of people in the South to drug overdoses. You know what I mean? Especially a lot of our entertainers. It should be an eye-opener. It should be. You know what I mean? How many entertainers have we lost from the South due to drug overdose? And not just old entertainers. We got entertainers of old, entertainers of new, previous entertainers. When will we educate ourselves? When will we show our kids and the youth of things a better way? Because I didn't see a better way until I got out of the societal construct that I was in. I didn't see a better way until I got out of the societal mindset that I was in. People get caught up into this lifestyle. It is what it is. We get caught up into the lifestyle. We get caught up in having fun. We get caught up in fighting euphoria. We get caught up in bouncing off of the fucking walls, for lack of better terms, with this drug culture. And I'm gonna be real with you. When I was doing it, it was fun. I felt the sense of euphoria that I've never felt before, and I was chasing it. And I'm here to tell you, it was as every day as brushing your motherfucking teeth. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments below. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You dig. Salute for those that deserve it. You feel me? And as always, man, I love the hell out of y'all. King.
My ace is polar, I can't control it. Hella bright motor, still driving slowly. Yeah, Ratatouille done ran into a cobra. Yeah, my nigga smoker really smokes on. Rio, the great Bambino, money like a phone number.